Hello my friends, how are you recently? Have you heard about the 100 Hairs Challenge? In the last 3 months, I have been drawing a portrait every day for 100 days. In this video, I want to share with you my drawings and what I have learned after completing this art challenge. So I first heard about the 100 Hairs Challenge on the YouTube channel of ArtProf. Basically, you have to draw at least one portrait a day for a specific duration of time. It can be a week, a month, 100 days, or even a whole year. The idea of this challenge is not about making detailed, perfectly rendered portrait drawings. It's about cultivating a consistent drawing habit by doing a large number of drawings during a long period of time. By the way, the photo references that I used are mainly from the Flickr page of ArtProf. I will put a link below if you want to check it out. If you are considering doing this challenge, I really recommend you to avoid using reference photos with people with a lot of makeups and perfect lightings. The best reference is from real life, but for this challenge, it is surely difficult to find a model every day. But we can use photos of authentic humans. There is a rich diversity of human faces. We don't need to always draw beautiful influencers or famous people on the internet. Draw your family, yourself, and portraits made by photographers. They're much more realistic. That's the only advice I want to give you for this challenge. The rest is just consistency, discipline, and your own creative voice. So in order to create a daily habit of drawing, every morning I get up, I take my morning coffee, and before I begin my day, I take 20 minutes to draw a portrait on my desk. In the beginning, it was not easy, because I'm barely awake. I overthink what kind of medium should I use, what kind of style shall I draw, or I'm afraid the portraits will turn out awful. But once you make up your mind, you sit there, knowing that you have only one task to do in 20 minutes. You just stop overthinking eventually and put some marks on the paper without even half the time for hesitation. The whole drawing process is highly concentrated. It's like morning meditation. As you can see, I definitely made a lot of bad drawings. Some of the portraits have a weird proportion. The contrast of tones are not usually on point. Since I tell myself that I have to draw fast, I don't want to spend more than 20 minutes on a single drawing. So I have to make quick decisions about what should I develop in this drawing and what should I leave out. In a short period of time, you can't render every detail in your drawing. You need to find the most characteristic features on the human face, then translate them onto your paper with your pencil marks. Thanks to this mentality, I really sharpened my observation skills. By the way, I used Gongdae crayon. They are these short crayon sticks. They come in the color of sangin, sepia, and black. You can make nice fine lines with the tip, and you can also use the side of the crayon to quickly cover up an area on the paper. So that's perfect for shading. For some portraits, I used watercolor, markers, or charcoals. When I'm drawing every day with the same media, it can get repetitive and boring, so changing the media occasionally is refreshing. But I do want to stick to crayons as much as possible, in order to really get to know this media. I'm really afraid to make bad drawings. Even if I don't show them to other people, I still feel bad if my drawings don't turn out as I expected. In this drawing challenge, I learned that it is okay to make bad drawings, because you can always start over and make another one. We shouldn't attach too much self-worth to our works. In reality, growth is not linear. We don't get good at drawing progressively day by day. We may make 10 bad drawings, and there is one drawing that looks okay. But if we get frustrated every time we make a bad drawing, then it is much harder for us to maintain the motivation and hope to get better. Gradually, I learned to accept drawing is full of uncertainties, and instead of being afraid of making mistakes, why not enjoy the process without a specific expectation of the result? Taking risks, having fun, embrace accidents, and don't try to meticulously control your creative process every second, and growth will happen eventually with constant effort. I love drawing portraits. If you tell me that I can only draw portraits for the rest of my life, I would not even be sad. Humans are beautiful, and every person has their own unique facial features. Some facial expressions are so emotionally charged. When I draw portraits, I feel like I'm getting to know that person. Is she having a bad day? Is he married? Is she happy with her job? Are they living their dreams? What's his favorite color? Or is he mature enough to think that's a silly question to ask in the beginning? Is she living in New York, in a beautiful apartment decorated with expensive orchids? Is he a rock star in his youth and now he works in a supermarket and has a secret drinking problem? I let my imagination run wild. Every person is a potential novel waiting to be discovered. After 80 days, I began to get really bored with crayons. I want to draw with color in a more stylized manner. I want to use color to make these portraits more expressive and less realistic. I want to make the shadows and highlights more dramatic, emphasize the structure of the face, exaggerate certain facial features, and intentionally leave out certain areas undone. I began to think that what if I don't think these portraits as portraits? What if when we look at these portraits, we're not trying to assign a specific person to them. We're not looking to evaluate these drawings by their resemblance to a real human hand. What if we consider these human heads as a subject matter, just as a vase of flowers, an apple, a still life? So I don't want to draw eyes, forehead, mouth, or nose per se. I conceptualize these facial parts into objects. By doing this, I immediately liberate myself from the pressure to make portraits look correct, alike, or even human. I consider human hands as a departure point from where I can get inspired and make simply interesting images to look at. After I finished this art challenge, I feel confident and proud of myself. I really get to know the Conde crayon much better. I cultivated a daily drawing habit, and I feel less afraid to make bad drawings, because I know creating art is full of uncertainties, and it's okay our drawings don't turn out the way we expected. Don't be too attached to a single artwork. We can always do better in the next drawing. I also find that doing art challenges like this is really beneficial. It allows us to tackle a specific problem repetitively for a long time, and we can take the time to improve our techniques, sharpen our understandings of a certain subject matter, and build our confidence. Have you ever done any art challenges? How do you feel about art challenges? Please leave me a comment. I would love to hear your opinions on this. If you like this video, please give it a like and consider to subscribe to my channel for more art-related contents. Have a nice day and see you next time.